Yo, what's going on, guys? First off, just want to say sorry that we didn't upload videos. I'm going to go ahead and say that was my fault. It was my birthday weekend. I was out of state, so couldn't make that happen. But we are back for the June 22nd edition of WWE Raw. I am your host, the now 30-year-old Aero, a.k.a. Nikazoid.
This is your boy, Fizz, a.k.a. J Fizzle. But you know who it is because when I'm on that Fortnite, I'm on that game, and what you about to see, I kill it. Also, AEW champion, because, I love AEW.
Okay. Yeah. And anyway, this is the boy that you love to hate. The almighty, the one who that shall not be canceled. Your boy Obi Tante. What's going on, folks?
They ain't got no allegations.
Hey, no, because we don't play that around here. So, hey, if you guys are new to the show, we're still trying to come up with a name. So I really don't know how we're going to do that yet. Maybe you guys can give us some input. I'm going to be covering hour one of Raw. It's going to be short because I had one match. So everything else is either promos or reruns of last week's show. So I guess we don't progress anything anymore. Okay, WWE. Drew McIntyre came out. It was called, for some reason, the show was called Champion Monday. Stupid.
Well, because all the champions were there, I guess. So
stupid. So Dolph Ziggler comes back to Raw. And even if a crowd was there, it would have got the same reaction because he was like, me and Bobby Roode, we got traded for AJ. Who really is excited about that? The Raw crowd of 30 people was bored from it. 30,000 people would have been bored of the same news. So he basically says that, Drew McIntyre, I'm the reason that, you've been this successful. I'm going to skip over some stuff. You owe me a championship match. Drew McIntyre, being the champion that he is, gives it to him at Extreme Rules. Drew's going to walk away with that one because it's Dolph Ziggler. The highlight from it was, Drew called Dolph a jackass. That was cool. It sets up another, feud for him to have something down the line. So, at least they're giving him opponent after opponent. I definitely think for AJ Styles to have been traded for Dolph and Bobby Roode, that's a slap in the face. I'd hate to find out I was traded for Dolph Ziggler at this stage. Like Dolph, I love his in-ring work. His promos always sound the same now. It's always, you owe me something. I don't, nobody owes you nothing. Nia Jax comes out, talks about last week. R-Truth comes out because he has a match with Akira Tozawa. They had a nice little, funny back and forth between the two, Nia Jax and R-Truth. And then the Ninjas came out. What up, my ninjas? You know what I'm saying? So they came out and chased out Truth.
What?
What?
The Three Ninjas. Remember that movie?
Yeah, the Three Ninjas. Shoot, they ain't even had the black ninjas this time, man. They ain't had Big and Tall this time. I don't know. How y'all just drop him? Like, he was the most interesting ninja. That dude was the most interesting ninja, and he's gone. So Nia Jax
only a few ninjas on that show.
Tries to talk again, and she's interrupted by the Omni God, known as Charlotte Flair. Basically, it was setting up a feud between them. Like, Charlotte gets so much TV time. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. She said that, you get this much play time because you're a Flair, because your dad. Charlotte, goes back and says, oh, well, it's because, look at what I do. And nobody says, oh, you're Ric Flair's daughter. It's like, hey, Rick, that's your daughter. Like, basically, she's earned the respect, the way she said it. They have a little fight, It was a little weak, in my opinion, but, it's set up what it needs to. And before I skip it, one thing that Nia Jax did point out is that Charlotte's never beat her in a match. You know that's about to change then. Just by her saying that, over. It's done. Street Profits cut a promo about finally defending their tag team championships, it's like they just carry around a toy. Like, I could do the job that they're doing right now and still be funny. I can do the same thing. Now, the match itself, this is what happens when you allow two tag teams to have fun with a match. And they threw on a good match. For the one match that I got to watch, I'm glad it was good. Like, you know, I'm glad the Profits didn't drop it. Going from here forward, though, they have to be able to do something better. This thing with the Viking Raiders went on way too long. It overstayed its welcome by, you know, 400,000 years, somewhere around there. Like, they should have ended this a long time ago. So it was a great match. It was fun. It showed everybody's abilities. Montez Ford, you need to go ahead and, you know, lower it a little bit when you do that frog splash, because they're going to start calling, you know, they're going to start thinking he a UFO the way he got in the air. Y'all see that? My dude almost hit the top of the lights in the Performance Center. Like, that was impressive. So, Montez, good job, man. You know, I'm glad they won. I'm glad they didn't lose. This is actually, it's confusing, and me and Blue, you know, Blue had pointed out, or it might have been Fizz, but the fact that Andrade and Angel Garza just came out in unison to attack them afterwards, it's like, you guys were just beefing, and if you're going to do that, have the storyline play out a little longer. Like, y'all didn't just do all this fighting and actually putting hands on each other just for you guys to finally come on the same page out of nowhere. Like, I know it's because of tag team championships, which I think that'll be a great feud, honestly. Like, they're all athletic enough to make this really good. So I like it. I definitely like where it's going. Just remember where your storyline's on. If me and Blue are a tag team and we just put the hands on each other, at least give it a show or two to really, like, hey, look, y'all need to remember what's important, and that's winning. That's being champions, and so on and so forth. So that was my hour, guys. We're going to pass it over to Fizz for hour 2.
So we have hour 2. Second match of the night, Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. It was an okay match. Asuka won by the Asuka lock with submission. That's basically all I can say about that match. It wasn't anything interesting that happened afterwards. Asuka defeated Charlotte Flair.
Can I say something, though?
Go right ahead.
The fact, like, I got to actually say that this was a big deal. Like, I see where you're coming from, but the fact that Charlotte Flair, Omni Flair, lost clean as a whistle and she tapped out, I'll take that. Like, I thought they were going to do some kind of screw finish with Nia. The fact that she tapped her out legitimately, nope, great finish. It makes Asuka look that much better, and they need that for her. They need that definitive win. So, okay. No, I thought it was great. About time.
Get it. Now, I'll say this was the big part of the show for Raw to me, completely. Edge, he's on basically the corner turnbuckle, and he's putting in a hole on Edge. A few things he said. For example, he said, you did an accidental low blow. Supposedly, you was expressing that we was going to have an actual wrestling match. Toe-to-toe, no sideballing, none of that illegal stuff, and you did a legal low blow. So basically, Edge was like, oh, so you called yourself the wrestler. You must have some fear in your eyes. And then Edge basically also said that he expected to win. And what he meant by that was he felt like that as Edge, he was the better wrestler. So because he had to present himself that way, I'm saying Orton, he was like, he expected to win because he knew that Orton could not out-wrestle him. He had to do something better. And then another thing he said, which is pretty cool, he said that because you went to that place, you now reminded me about going back to my place. I'm done with the whole PG era. Now I'm going back to the rated RKO. I'm sorry, the rated R Superstar, which was him. That was the Edge that I know I was like, yo, Edge was the Edge. He's going crazy. Had the whole thing with Lita and all that stuff in the back. Like, that was the Edge. So he's saying, I'm back to this now. So he basically ended off with a cool little way to end it off. And he said, "Get some sleep while you can, Randy." That's to Orton, and Orton is like, "Hey man, do what you gotta do. I get it. But just understand that I need to defend my family and my livelihood." I wanted to do to say in legacy, which he did do later on in another promo. But other than that, he basically want to have a conversation with the Nature Flare. I'm sorry, Nature Flare. I know y'all gonna joke with me on that one. Ric Flair. And basically just ended that whole promo right there. Charlotte Flair comes out, does a little interview or whatever. Nia Jax comes out. They do a little backstage brawl that lasted about like 15, 20 seconds. Basically, that was it.
Sorry, Fizz.
Hey,
I love that one.
Flair. I know y'all gonna give me on that one. Third match of the night, which if for a match, I feel like it was another promo. R-Truth and Ninja Tozawa, because that's what we're going to call him. He's not Tozawa anymore. He's Ninja Tozawa for the 24/7, which is this maybe like the third time they actually had a match? Because I only can recall two of them in my head right now. But Bobby Lashley and MVP comes out, beats up R-Truth. He's laying there. Ninja Tozawa comes out of the woodworks under the ring, pins him. He's now the new 24/7 title champion, 24/7/11, whatever that thing is, which I thought was kind of dumb. Then it goes to match 4, Liv Morgan versus Natalya with Lana. Y'all stuff, yo. My whole was like, okay, I wonder what this is getting to when it comes to Natalya and Lana. I know last week they were talking about how they were the people that just get screwed and all this other banana stuff where I'm like, okay, where's this going to get to? I hope this doesn't get like because they're blondes with the whole thing that's happening on SmackDown. I don't know, but I just thought that was kind of stupid. I guess Natalya is going to go heel with Lana, especially because Lana kind of did like a distraction move. Liv Morgan was like, "What are you doing?" Natalya kind of does one of like, I guess you want to call it like a leg, like clip. I'm trying to think what you want to call it. And basically, she puts on a sharpshooter and basically with submission. Natalya and Lana celebrates outside the ring, jumping up for joy. Okay. Big Show basically has another promo where he's basically expressing how he's back. He's basically here to beat up ninjas, which I think is stupid.
This show did say that too.
Yeah, and he's here to support and lend a right hand to the Viking Prophets, which I call it. I know they're going to be called the Viking Prophets. Break these guys up. I don't know why I'm not liking this. This whole gimmick is stupid. Prophets were the bomb. They were beasts in NXT. And then now, because they're up in Raw now, about to destroy another good group. Same thing with the Viking Raiders. They were destroying NXT. They won the championship Raw belts when they first came on Raw. Now they have this stupid gimmick. Gimmicks are killing me. But basically, Big Show says that he is now back as the Heartless Angry Giant. That's basically our 2.
Can I say something? When you were talking about the Big Show, I just went online, and this is as of December 17th of last year. Now obviously we got to add like 2 more to that because he came back as a heel, then a face. But apparently he's been turned heel and face with the 2 extra times 36 times in his career. Fun fact.
I thought it was more than that.
So yeah, same here. Somebody's actually been keeping track of it since he started. We're at about 36 or 37. So from now on, when Big Show switches, we're gonna do 37 because it's a better number. We're gonna keep track of that, guys. So chat 37 times, guys.
Oh, real quick commercial because we haven't really had that many commercials on Raw. It's kind of weird. brought to you by Jeff Hardy's alleged piss.
Pause.
Good.
Pause.
Oh my goodness.
Smoke, man. It's the smoke.
Well, for hour 3, we had the MVP lounge. So you got MVP and Apollo, and you know, I really need to see more energy from Apollo. Apollo just looks like he's just bored. He looks like he doesn't have any emotion. He's just like, MVP, I just don't want your offer. I don't want it, okay?
He's been chilling with Alexa Bliss, though, to be fair.
By myself. I'm like, bro, like, can you put some emotion in your face? He keeps bothering you week after week. You're going to be annoyed by it. So show an show an annoyed.
That's emotion. That's emotion.
Like,
Him and Alexa Bliss need to be a tag team.
bro, they'd be the boring bunch. That's what they were. The boring bunch. It's like, man, like, show some face. But like they have, MVP has had a little heel moment, kind of telling Apollo like to watch his back, and then that's when you have Shelton Benjamin come out and attack him from behind, and it was a decent match, but this match was just kind of putting this like their story together, which is good. I want to see some good story building.
Right.
So the match was just a good story builder, and it looks like Shelton is going to be aligned with MVP. That's what I think. It looks like it because this is like the second or third week that he's been around MVP. So we're just going to see how that goes. The match was decent. It was just a good match where, of course, Shelton Benjamin doing the heel stuff, working the shoulder the whole match, and Apollo gets the win. Wasn't anything special. Then Apollo got attacked by Bobby Lashley when they were when Apollo was celebrating. So yeah, they're just gonna continue that story, which I like. I like how they're building that little story. Then we get to the last part of Raw, which is Dominic and Rey Mysterio, and I don't know. It's just Rey's acting is just. Like what is he?
Hey, Blue, go ahead and tell him how he acts, man. Go ahead and give him a demonstration.
Dominic, I need you to tell me, are you with or not? Because you hurt me last week, and this is not what family does. I'm like, bro, like, can you put bass in your voice, man? Jeez.
Oh.
Hey, man. Listen, Alexa Bliss gonna be making a group too, bro.
Boring bunch, man. Like his son does have better acting chops.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh, right? Like how in his whole career, even in WCW, bro. Like in WCW, he had his on and off one, but at least he had some type of fire. Like how you go years and years and just still look weird in your promos, man. Like, but anyway, they have this whole ordeal in the ring where like they're both talking, and then Seth Rollins comes out, and they all just get into a scuffle. Like the Messiah and the disciples come out, then they're beating all up on each other, and then you have what was it, Humberto Carrillo and
Aleister Black.
Aleister. And then they all come out and just beat on each other just to continue that feud. And then when they were, I think, like they were doing like the whole thing with the stairs, because the faces were gonna get Seth and fuck up his eye. And then I was like, bro, like, yes, I want this. And then they stopped it, and then they just started attacking each other again. And then they were gonna do the same thing to Dominic. And then I was like, oh shit! Like I love that. That was I love how they did that story. How they were just both fighting to mess up somebody's eye for an eye. Hey, that's the book. I like it. And then hey, that's exactly how Raw ended. It ended on a good note, even though the show may have been boring. it ended on a good note.
Yep.
Somebody said it on Twitter. This does look like a Bruce Pritchard production because it was pretty ass. Like
Ass 3.
at least Paul put a little. At least Paul Heyman put a little bit of seasoning on his chicken. This chicken was just thrown into the oven like.
Oh boy!
At least Paul Heyman put some salt and pepper on his chicken. Like Bruce Pritchard was just like, "Here, there you go, eat it. Just go ahead."
It tastes good. Oh, it tastes good. You better keep eating.
So, I'm gonna rate the show first. It was an average. Like,
yeah.
If I can't come up with a 1 to 5 star like we usually do, I'm just gonna give it a poor, average, or a good show. It was average. MVP and Bobby Lashley, WWE continues to really build up that storyline. I don't have a match of the night, so my story of the night is going to be the main event, which I'm surprised because I really thought I was going to give it to Bobby Lashley and MVP because I'm intrigued to see what they're going. But as Blue stated, it was really well done how they did it. Like I was talking to Fizz right when the show went off. I wouldn't be surprised if Dominic ends up being or becoming the 4th disciple member to turn on his father. So
like I said,
if they don't do it, I won't be disappointed. But if they do, I'm cool with it. Like it's perfect.
They need to.
So, I don't even know how they're gonna implement it. Maybe, hey, Dad, you weren't home enough. I had to be a man before I was ready. Whatever the case could be, I'm intrigued by it. So I didn't have a match of the night, but that was my story of the night, and it was an average show. It wasn't bad though.
I think he's going to turn on his dad, and that's going to probably end Rey Mysterio's career for a good minute, or kick him off the show for a little bit. I think that's what's going to happen. But to rate the show, I'm going to give it a 3.5. The only reason I'm going to say that's because I feel like the storylines of the show got better. The I really wasn't really into. If you want to say my story, I liked the Edge and Randy Orton promo. Like, I don't know why, but I liked what Edge said. I feel like that was what I wanted Edge to respond to. And Orton to be like, hey, man, that's what you got to do. What you got to do. Like, it's building Randy Orton's authentic, natural character, rather for him to be, goofy and dumb. I like when he's like, hey, I'm the legend killer. Like, oh, Big Show, I think you're a legend, but you want to be part of my list, feel free. I love that Randy Orton. So I'm tired. But yeah, that'll be mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this show average. I'll give it like a little bit above average, because of the story building that they finally. Well, I'll give it a 3 because it was really, really good story building, and they're continuing to build on what they had in previous weeks. But the tag team division is shit. Like, what in the world are y'all doing to the tag division? Y'all should just put some clown shit on them and just have the music. That's exactly what they need their tag. Because this mess is clown. This is clownery. Bro, like what in the world is going on with the tag division? And then you tag team champions who, guess what? They're black, looking like a minstrel show, looking like clowns. You know where the clowns come from? Black people. Bro, like, come on. Like, does anybody see this? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, bro. And then on top of that, why they got Bobby Lashley beating up on his own kind? Why they got Bobby Lashley beating up on black folks?
Hey, man, because we're hard-headed. Like, once you get that beating enough, I seen the light. I can dig it. Maybe Apollo Crews or R-Truth, maybe R-Truth, especially like R-Truth, man. Maybe he needs to stop taking everything, and I love R-Truth, but for storyline purposes, stop taking everything as a joke. Stop, like, dude, you're too good. You just got pinned by a mini ninja. Like, maybe that beating's gonna finally knock you some sense into you. Hey, man, I'm better than this. Like, I'm an NWA champion. I'm the first black NWA champion.
I completely agree. Like maybe Bobby Lashley beating up on these people will build them into a feud. But the whole thing about it is they have way too many groups in Raw right now. It's a lot of groups.
Yeah.
I don't know where
and it looks like they may be trying to add an extra group and go Riot Squad again. And look, in the back, Liv Morgan with Ruby Riott showed up. I'm like, hey, y'all just had them feuding. Maybe because the Liv Morgan experiment didn't really go as planned. Maybe they'll put Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan together to challenge for them tag team championships.
Yeah, it's too many groups for me right now. I just feel like they're doing too much. And yes, there is such thing as having too much of a good thing. And have everything in there. It's just like the NWO. That's why WCW went to doo-doo. Because everybody in the NWO, it's like one person that was by himself. I'm like, bro, why is everybody in the NWO? Why is everybody in the damn
5 factions of NWO?
And then, like, another thing. Another reason I couldn't give it above average for like a 3.5, it's 3 hours of a show. I like that they're building, but we still need wrestling. Like, those stories have to be told in the ring, too. Like, they can't just be great promos and stuff like that. Like, we still need the matches to tell that story as well. So, that you know, I just want the viewers to know, like, that's why I give it an average. Because there was some great storytelling, but I want wrestling in my storytelling, too.
Yeah, the wrestling was subpar. Like, I do.
And we barely got anything.
I do love how it's like when WWE when they do good story, but the wrestling is like, but they got good wrestling when the story be like, ugh. It's like they can't do both. I don't understand.
You know who can though?
Well, that's because, to be fair, Vince McMahon has what's his face running both shows now.
Who can do both?
AEW.
Oh hell no!
Oh look, hey. You know what? I'm about to segue real quick, guys. We're not ending the show as we usually do. I'm glad y'all brought up AEW. We just had a lot of laughs and jokes, but I'm gonna go ahead and get serious for a moment. And I'm gonna put this in the description. That way, if you guys want to skip straight to it, y'all are more than welcome. But I'm pretty sure anybody who's already seen videos, y'all have seen Sammy Guevara, Joey Ryan. I really want to focus on one thing. I want to say one thing and they can offer input. This is to all the wrestlers and the wrestling community. I don't care if you dislike this video. I don't care if I get 100 dislikes on this video and not a single like. I want y'all to know that right now. I don't care this time. Usually, you know, I like to see those likes come in. You can thumbs down this video, whatever you want to do. You can come at me.
This show is the truth.
No, yeah, y'all can come at me however you want to, but I'm going to tell you something right now. Brand loyalty, y'all need to cut the shit. Cut it out. Yeah, I see a lot of WWE wrestlers want to go after Sammy Guevara right now because, and don't get me wrong, Sammy, you apologize. You and Sasha handled your business. That was the right way to do it. And then you apologize for it. Sasha Banks issued a statement. Sasha Banks, I respect you because you could have let Sammy Guevara take the heat from these social justice warriors out here. No, you let people know y'all squared it away. He's going to, you know, he's going to learn from this, hopefully. Sammy, it was even though it was 4 years ago, we all get that you might have been trying to compliment him, but man, next time, bro, and there shouldn't be a next time actually, but cut the rate word out, all right? One of Obi's becoming really good friends, Reverend Constantine, independent wrestler right now, formerly known as Abraham Washington, lost his job with WWE because of a rape joke that, you know, was in light of the late, great Kobe Bryant. Bad taste, Sammy, okay? Bad taste. You're going to get past it, man, you know. And like I said, y'all can come at me in the comments. He's going to get past it. AEW issued a statement. He is getting suspended without pay, and this is for the foreseeable future, so I'm going to say indefinitely. He is going to take extensive sensitivity classes, and he is also going to have every bit of his paycheck donated to a women's foundation in Jacksonville, Florida. My main point of this being is, once again, if you're in the WWE, I better see the same energy if any of your people, and what I mean by your people, backstage producers, anybody filming, any of the writers.
Referee.
If anybody in your company does it, you better call them out too. Because if you're not going to call out everybody who's done injustice, shut the hell up. All of them. Impact, y'all can do the same thing. New Japan, I don't really see that going on with y'all, so I'm going to keep y'all out of this. Who else am I missing? WWE, like I said, AEW, Impact, any indie promotions, anything like that. I'm going to just use an example, and this doesn't have anything to do with rape, and I'm sorry I'm ranting on so long, guys, but I just need to get this out there. That's like when, Braun Strowman, I'm not going to forget you, dog. You may be WWE's Universal Champion, but for you to ever talk about somebody bullying somebody, you got some nerve. Especially when you were bullying those indie wrestlers because they were losing jobs due to COVID, and your response wasn't to uplift them. It was to talk about how, oh, well, I made it out of this. I had to live on my call. I didn't quit. Really, Brian? You want to bully, but then when one of your fellow colleagues, only because they were in WWE, by the way, because they were bullied, now you want to say something when you're a bully. I'm sick of the brand loyalty. Yeah, you have brand loyalty to your brand when they're right. And another thing, I know I'm going to get dislikes for this part, and I don't give a damn. I don't. But if we're going to call out people, if we're gonna go years back to try to find anything on anybody, and once again, guys, I'm not saying what Sammy said is right at all. So if you come in them comments saying that I said that, I'm going to smack you. You understand me? But if we're going to cancel Sammy, Joey Ryan, you deserve to be canceled, my boy. You deserve it. You're sick.
He's already done.
Like, you're a sick freak. Okay, you're sick. You're garbage. You're trash. Let me say that. But if we're gonna sit up here and we're gonna cancel people, no disrespect. How can we praise Stone Cold Steve Austin?
See,
he beat on his wife. How come we're not canceling that? It's okay for us to cancel somebody because they made a rape joke. Once again, it's bad. How come, and no disrespect to Stone Cold, I'm just trying to make a point. How come we cheer? How come we cheer the man who's beat his wife? How come we cheer Hulk Hogan still for calling the N-word? How come we're still cheering Charlotte Flair and giving her championship, 60-some odd championship matches when she's been caught having racist acts? If we're gonna go after people, we either go after all of them. It doesn't matter what promotion they're in. It doesn't matter how big they are. If we're gonna cancel people, then we're gonna cancel everybody the same. And that's all I got to say.
Well, like, it's me being a wrestler in this climate. It's just really dumb to me how a lot of people just want to cancel people just to cancel people. Yes, what he said, it was a rape joke, and a lot of people don't like rape jokes. I kind of, and I'm pretty sure everybody understands what he meant by saying that joke.
It was bad taste. It was in bad taste.
Yeah, it was a rape joke. I understand that. Yes, it was a bad attempt at being funny, but once again, it was a joke. And has he ever raped anybody in his career or life? No. So, and if we're going to cancel people off of, and yes, it's a bad joke. It was supposed to be. It's dark humor. If we're going to cancel him off of a rape joke, I guess we should cancel Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle,
Eddie Murphy.
You know, these people made their careers off of telling jokes, and they're telling dark humor. That's how they made their money. Many comedians, probably just about every comedian, has made dark humor jokes. And now all of a sudden in 2020, we want to cancel people and hinder them from making money for jokes. You know, yes, you know, like he like should have some type of I guess punishment, but people, you don't need to be calling him all these types of names. You don't need to be harassing him, harassing the company to do this and that. Let the company do what they need to do so they can, you know, get everything handled. Is really not, because this whole cancel culture is stupid. It's stupid because me myself, they tried to cancel me over something that was true. Like how do you cancel somebody that's true? Like I don't get that. You know, it's just people on social do these things to make themselves feel good. And now we're seeing the people who want to cancel people are the people that actually you need to be looking out for, because they're the ones who the pedophiles and the woman beaters beating up people aside the head. But they're like, oh, we love women. Intergender wrestling. Yeah, I know why y'all like intergender wrestling, because y'all want to beat these girls upside their head. It's exactly why you like it. Stop. Y'all need to stop with this hypocrisy. Like I've been saying, y'all need to look at the facts, calm down. And if somebody really has done something evil, then go ahead and do what you need to do. But all this stuff about canceling people, if somebody, like, you need to actually look into what's going on. And I think Sammy also said a black racist joke, which probably that's what made them probably do something with Sammy, because they also heard him say something a little prejudice.
Right.
And you do
which
rape
again, we're not condoning either.
and prejudice.
Yeah.
But once again,
both of them were bad. Like
cancel culture just needs to stop. And if people have a problem with somebody, just bring it up to management or people. Yep. There's no need to do all this threatening and stuff like that. That's not cool.
Because like I said, and I'm gonna let Fizz take this too, but I was on Twitter and I saw Blue had quote tweeted The Rock's daughter, Simone Johnson.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, saying don't be homophobic, don't be this. Simone. No offense to The Rock either. I love The Rock. We all do. But are we gonna forget Attitude Era and what he said about people? Yeah, it was for the show, so whatever. It doesn't bother me. But wrestling Twitter, wrestling community, wrestling whatever we want to be labeled, let's not be hypocrites either. If we're gonna cancel Sammy, like I said, Joy Ryan, F off. You're sick. But everybody else, we're gonna have to cancel Stone Cold, man. He beat his wife. We're gonna have to cancel him. Charlotte, you're gonna have to be canceled. You came with some racist stuff. Anybody else, Braun Strowman, we're gonna have to cancel you. You talk about anti-bullying, but you was bullying them indie wrestlers. We can't pick and choose who we cancel. If we gonna cancel, we're gonna cancel justly. We're gonna cancel those people who deserve to be canceled. I'm not saying people don't deserve it, but if we're gonna do it, let's do it fairly, guys. Come on. Fizz?
I only got a little to say. I think I got two main points. Aero talked about it a little bit, the whole Attitude Era. If we go that far back, a lot of this was actually televised. A lot of it was broadcast as if it was okay to do. I'll hit a big heavy hitter that a lot of people probably not going to say. How many promos you had where you were doing some interesting things with a couple of the wrestlers? Trish Stratus, just for example.
Dog, he tried to have an incest story with his daughter, man.
I'm just going to say.
Like, come on.
Sensitive time right now. Very super sensitive. Everybody's crying about every single thing. We're trying to get into a climate and area where we're looking at equality. Now, here's my second point. I was talking with Blue a little bit last week with the whole Jimmy Havoc thing. This is suspended with pay. What he did with this female partner who has a background doing a little bit of things too, if y'all want to look that up, where she was kind of like putting herself in that position, so she's also a factor of the blame of what he did.
Which, by the way, we're not saying what he did is right. We're not condoning his actions.
Exactly.
We're not. Let's throw it out there.
This dude, Sammy, no pay for saying a statement, which we all know what he meant.
But it's still wrong, because it's
he's getting no pay. We need to get to a point where if we're going to do it to one person, we got to be equality, and we got to do it to everybody. There is no
everybody that messes up.
That's my only issue that I'm having with this whole big huge thing.
Yep.
He said it was wrong. The correct method was done. He apologized. Sasha Banks accepted it and even stated it. But we're still punishing him with no pay, whereas other people are still getting paid, promoted, sponsored, looked at as being heroes in the community, even though they have a past of doing things way much worse. Still saying it's bad, but worse. What's up with this?
Look, guys, look, we love y'all, okay? You guys can come at us with the dislikes. You can come at us with the negative comments. It's not going to affect us. We're still going to be here doing videos for you guys, for the guys that appreciate us, for the girls that appreciate us. We love all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the day and age, and I don't like to get political on this channel, but we're in, like Fish said, we're in a rough time right now, so we need to come together, guys. If we're gonna cancel, if we're gonna accuse, if we're gonna do anything, we need to do it fairly, okay? So, like I said in the description, if you guys want to get to the more serious part of this video, I'll have it ready for you guys. But I don't have anything else. So unless my brothers here have something, thank you for kicking it for this long video, and we're out, guys.
Yep.